evening and welcome to another Extreme Force Wrestling conflict live from the compound here in Liverpool, and we are about ready to display some of our finest talent that are looking to make it over to the big leagues of New Extremes Wrestling. The compound is where these men and women train, and it is where they get a chance to show off what they can do in that ring. I'm Erwin, the E.F.W champion. Max Raddock's not with me to start this night off. Hopefully will join me later on. Of course, we have the European title on the line in the main event. Scott Burns taking on his own nemesis, Gene Taylor. Can't wait for that, but kicking things off, we have a fatal four-way between three relative newcomers and a lady we haven't seen in some time, in Morgan Morales, honorary E.F.W women's champion, set to put these other three through their paces. Selena Figueroa, no slouch, has been here longer than the other two. Crash Cameron on a really bad losing streak. Maybe she can snap out of it here tonight. Well, thank you for joining us wherever you're watching this live stream. We get set for some tremendous wrestling action. Crash Cameron, Morgan Morales, Laura Lopez and Selena Figueroa starting this one off. So everyone readies. Should be a good night. And the one who arguably needs this win the most here in E.F.W. Part of this international search for talent that Max Raddock was sent on. Probably the only one yet to really prove themselves here. 5'2", 110 pounds from Beirut, Lebanon. Crash Cameron has been in plenty of opportunities, both multiple and singles, battle royales, all the way down to one-on-ones. He's yet to pick up a victory here in the E.F.W. We'll have no easier task here tonight in the fatal four-way. And again, it may not all be about necessarily winning this match. Crash Cameron just has to prove that she can hang with the other three in this matchup. And again, this could be a really interesting way to kick things off here in the compound. So four-way about to unfold. As I said in the intro, here comes someone we haven't seen in quite some time. Former E.F.W women's champion, 5'5", 135 pounds from Sacramento, California. Morgan Morales still seems to have the faith of this crowd behind her, despite being absent for a couple of weeks now, I believe. The woman with the most experience here in E.F.W. Again, she's been to the top of that ladder. Maybe annoyed she never got the call up. Instead, Sakamoto Dixon finding herself moving over to NEW. Wow. Huge superstar in every way, shape and form. 6'6", 260 pounds from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Laura Lopez has made an impact on the women's division here since starting her career in E.F.W. Already so far she has won 2 8-woman battle royales. Absolutely incredible. Did face the champion but was not successful that time. Still perhaps just needs a bit more time in that ring. Again, a fatal four-way. No easy way to make your mark. If anyone's shown they can overcome odds, it's Laura Lopez. Final ingredient in this fatal four-way matchup. Baltimore, Maryland, but of course has that Spanish heritage. 5'3", 120 pounds. Selena Figueroa. Someone again we have not seen for quite some time, of course. Defeating Super Tornado in recent memory. There's a rivalry that's gone on beyond our walls and only continues here. However, that distraction not a part of this matchup here tonight. All four great talents. Crash Cameron though, definitely the one that needs to prove herself the most in this matchup. No argument in that aspect, I don't believe, from anyone here. The other three have proven themselves time and time again in matches. Crash Cameron yet to do so. This fatal four-way is underway. Laura Lopez going straight for Cameron. Figueroa went for Morales, but Morales had that suplex scouted. With a big shot. Morales not rocked. I was keeping my eye on the 2 women remaining in the ring, because that's where pinfalls and submissions will have to take place. There is a tussle between 2 of these women going on the outside. What a big back body drop. Morales went for an elbow there, completely missed Figueroa, who managed to roll out the way, trying to remain in control with a big arm drag. Huge double axe handle across the chest there. Oh, Crash Cameron sent right into the steel steps. And I think this match has just completely spilled to the outside now. All Bob Turner can do is stand there and watch. Kick from Crash Cameron to Lopez. Morales now trying to get hold of Crash Cameron. Still focused on Laura Lopez. Hurricane Rana from Morgan Morales there. Goes to work on Laura Lopez now. Trying to weaken all 3 of her opponents here. Finds herself back in the ring. As does Cameron and Lopez, and now Figueroa follows. Morales quickly finding herself back to the outside. For once, Cameron in control. Figueroa though in the ring against the 6'6" Laura Lopez. Drop kick off the middle rope. But Figueroa wasting a little time there, gloating. Meanwhile, Crash Cameron is taking it to the former E.F.W. Women's Champion, who finally blocks one of those barraging shots. Cameron a little quick there, neck breaker. Figueroa meanwhile in the ring, the headlock applied, drain the life of Lopez, who dodges a drop kick but not a fireman's carry. Bulldog, arm drag from Cameron to Morales. powerbomb there. Lopez once again to the outside. Figueroa on the apron. Oh, but Cameron from behind, a clubbing blow sends Figueroa right to those wafer thin mats. Explodes back with a spear right into the apron. Oh, huge overhead suplex from Laura Lopez. Figueroa might be out there. Crash Cameron still standing. Lopez laying the fists into Morgan Morales. All of this happening outside of the ring once more. This matchup continues. Morales back in the ring. Lopez going on the attack, but it's countered. Armbreaker. Whipped into the corner. Oh, but a huge boot from Lopez rocks Morales. And once more she's sent to the outside. Cameron, huge shot to Selena Figueroa there. Kick to the back, sends her down. Oh, head scissor DDT. Going for the first pin of this matchup. Cameron so close to her first victory here in E.F.W. But Selena Figueroa kicking out just after two. Big crossbody from Crash Cameron, keeping up on the offense. Oh, but an uppercut from Figueroa. Quick kick. Removes the knee. Now repeated shots. Oh, and one right round the head. Cameron once again in trouble. Leg drop. Dodges a kick though. Needs to keep fighting. Sends Figueroa into a corner. Morales and Lopez still going at it on the outside. Oh, Cameron reversing that one from Figueroa there. Setting up for another powerbomb. Pin. Too close to the ropes. Bob Turner calling for a break there. Cameron's energy is drained. Morales has Lopez back in the ring now. Quick interference from Crash Cameron though. Changing the complex of this match. Oh wait, Morales. Building up a full head of steam on Crash Cameron, but Laura Lopez getting right in between all of that. Figueroa now back in the ring. Lopez on the apron returns with a shot to Morales. Dropped hold, sends Crash Cameron down, but Figueroa could not capitalise. Morales was right there, who now receives a huge powerbomb from Lopez, whose stamina is starting to wane here. Figueroa may have capitalised though, sends Laura Lopez out of the ring, going for a pin on Morales. And it's all over. Crash Cameron could not get there in time. Figueroa with a huge win here. Absolute chaotic match to kick things off here in the compound. Absolutely incredible stuff. What a first match. Morales having a head of steam there, but Lopez cutting that off. Morales being cut off by Figueroa. Crash Cameron could not reintroduce herself into the match quick enough to break up that pin. Figueroa happy with her victory here tonight. What a match. And Max Radix has finally made his way from backstage to the commentary booth.
Yes, thank you, Owen. It's great to be here once again. An EFW conflict. I'm sorry I missed that. What a hell of a fatal four-way it was. The women of E.F.W showing what they're made of once again there, Erwin.
Yeah, great way to kick the show off. Of course, now we move on to someone that's making his E.F.W debut, but not in a positive way, facing someone who's been on quite a roll here.
Absolutely, I mean, V, now demoted, if you will, back to the development ranks, will face Bruce Brown, a relative newcomer here, the Scottish spinebuster who's been on a hellacious run since his arrival in the E.F.W, will face the veteran V, proud member of the militia, we think. It's all
yeah, I mean, I would assume so, but of course they can't compete in tag team competition when they're both on separate rosters.
No, they can't, which raises questions about what will happen to the militia from this moment on. I mean, it's worth noting, of course, what a move to E.F.W did to the likes of Kobayashi's career, so it's not always as bad as it seems. Bruce Brown, however, still trying to get to the main roster, 5'10" and 330 pounds from Edinburgh, Scotland, and what a run this monster has been on since he's made his way to E.F.W, Erwin.
Yeah, I've been watching this guy's run very closely, absolutely incredible stuff. He's just been walking through opponent after opponent. He's been in some high-profile matches which he hasn't won, but even those, it's been a tough way to beat him that his opponents have had to take, and he's only getting better.
There you see it, the Scottish spinebuster, already 10 plus years in the business, finally found his way to the big leagues. Has made a quick name for himself in E.F.W. It's hard hitting and no nonsense. You could put that on this guy's tombstone, I think.
Again, you've got to wonder what kind of mindset he is in.
Well, despite his demotion to E.F.W, I think a victory for Bruce Brown over this man, V, would arguably be Bruce Brown's biggest career victory to date, Erwin.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's defeated Jerry Buckley now, he's defeated Crazy Hammer, again some huge names under his belt already, but V will indeed be another huge name to add to that list. Well, Bruce Brown has already defeated
the who's who of what's what. Bruce Brown is making his way through it. V is 5'10" and 239 pounds from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Part of the militia. I think I'm right in saying that he never won a singles title in NEW, Erwin.
No, he did not, and again found himself in the UK rankings, but being number 10 and losing 3 matches in a row, then faced Kobayashi, who now finds himself back on the NEW roster as a result. He finds himself against Bruce Brown.
Well, I know Kobayashi spoke to V after that victory and told him not to worry, told him that the competition was just as strong and he might even learn a thing or two about himself. And as a competitor, what a big drop kick by Bruce Brown. Remember, folks,
30-pound drop kick.
These are some of the hottest development talents in the world. So V is not going to get an easy ride against Bruce Brown after a very strong start with that drop kick and that hard left hand. He goes for a camel clutch there.
Half camel clutch was locked in. V manages to escape though.
Turner says no. Oh, big knee to the head there by V. Runs those ropes. Oh, Lufez press.
Sweeping Bruce Brown off his feet.
Well, undoubtedly Brown has the weight advantage, but both guys equal height, so it's strength versus speed here, folks. Oh.
Yeah, a little of both on display here. Back and forth.
Oh, hard right forearm smash by V. Oh, tremendous strength.
Yeah, huge T-bone suplex there.
Yeah, from the ground there.
Oh, and a neck breaker.
Big neck breaker by V.
And again, this has got to be V's approach. He can't let this deject him too much. He's just got to
Snap suplex.
Get focused and get some wins under his belt.
Absolutely.
And he may find that opportunity like Kobayashi did.
He's just got to remain focused, remain professional. And you imagine if V went on the same kind of run that Kobayashi went on and wins his first ever singles title as a result, I'm sure he wouldn't be too sad about his so-called demotion to E.F.W. then. However, he's got to get through the likes of Bruce Brown first.
Yeah, he's still putting up a fight here against V.
Oh, hard knee there to the Scottish spinebuster by V. Snap me a takedown. Both these men tasseling for dominance here.
It's been so back and forth this past minute or so.
Another snap suplex by V. Goes right for the pin, right too close to the ropes there.
Yeah, those legs firmly under that bottom rope.
Stomp to the head by the man from the militia.
Rolling cannonball senton off the middle of the rope. V starting to pick up some offense. Once again, tremendous strength here. Death Valley driver.
Tremendous Death Valley driver by V.
Oh, but
climb and carry.
Brown fired up here by that Death Valley driver.
Yeah, tremendous speed, and we've seen that before. That adrenaline strike, Irwin, sometimes gives the opponent the advantage, despite the high impact offense by the opponent. By the other man, should I say. What a backdrop by Bruce Brown.
Yeah, big comeback here for Brown. I think it could have been V's mistake. Backslide driver.
Dear God, what a manoeuvre there by Double B.
Just like that.
This match has turned around. Shades of AA. That huge spine buster. Oh my God, not even a 2.
Well, talk about adrenaline spikes. I think V just had one himself to kick out after 1.
Not even a 2. I think that has shocked Bruce Brown right to the core.
Well, yeah, I think every time he's put that move on in E.F.W., that brilliant spine buster, he has put his opponent away. That is not the case against V, and once again it goes back and forth here.
Well, right back to fundamentals. Goes the big Scotsman, fireman carry, snap me a takedown and into a headlock, keeping V on the mat, using that weight advantage. But there we are, V no stranger to a technical fight himself with that headlock. Falls at the right hand of Bruce Brown, big backdrop, turns him around and plants him right into the canvas, goes for a pin.
V has the ropes, Turner sees it.
Yeah, Turner with a good call there.
Yeah, great officiating.
Who'd thought we'd ever live to see the day when Bob Turner became a competent official?
Developing referee.
Gut-wrench suplex.
Wonder if he has to fight Shatoka to get onto NEW.
Well, considering the controversies Mike's been involved with as of late, perhaps that wouldn't be a bad idea. Knee buster there.
Yeah, V is rocked here.
By Double B into the corner. Goes V, what a big elbow to counter, needs to capitalise. Tremendous strength again from the man from the militia.
Death Valley driver right in the centre of the ring.
This one could do it. Oh, doesn't go for a pin. Goes right back on the attack, doesn't think it'll be enough to keep the big Scotsman down. Was that a lack of confidence in the manoeuvre or just too much respect shown to Bruce Brown? Who knows, but Brown has countered. Scoop slam. Driver. V's head planning right into the canvas. A stomp to the chest by Brown.
Went for a kick. Oh, pushed V back. Oh, big mistake. What a scissor kick knee.
Huge knee by V.
Brown here fighting back once more though.
Big knee of his own there, Irwin. Stalking his prey again, maybe looking for it, and yes, here it is for the second time.
Surely he can't kick out after a second one.
That's gotta be it.
Oh my word!
I've never seen that before. Bruce Brown can't believe it, the look on his face. 2 spine busters delivered. And V is still in this.
Yeah, kicking out at 2 that time. And look at this.
Oh.
Sit out powerbomb.
Tremendous sit out powerbomb. V knows he might be just a little bit too close to the ropes. Pulls Brown away. Was that second enough to give Brown what he needs to kick out? Yes, it is. Just.
What a match.
2.9.
Both men putting everything into this conflict right here. V going for a pin again, using the ropes.
Turner's not seen it. That isn't right. Come on, not that way.
Brown managing to power
Sheer
out.
power, the frustration by V there, who clearly isn't afraid to cheat to win in this one. Knows he has to start his E.F.W. career with a victory.
What a headbutt. I think it's bust Bruce Brown open.
Yeah, that's a good call, Erwin, yeah. The Scotsman is bleeding here for the first time in E.F.W, tasting his own blood.
This one is starting to get ugly. For a third time in this match, Death Valley Driver.
Once again.
But V is not going for a pin.
It's been high impact galore in this glorious conflict between V and Bruce Brown. Another sit out powerbomb this time.
Moves into a pin.
Yes!
Finally beats Bruce Brown, but what a battle that was to do so.
Absolutely, V showed his mental toughness along with his many physical attributes here tonight, because he had to dig deep to beat the Scottish spinebuster Brute Brown in a brutal confrontation.
It just goes to show the determination of Bruce Brown to continue his victories, but the determination of V to show that he is not deserving of being demoted to E.F.W, that he wants back into NEW and will win by any means necessary to get that.
Well, I also spoke to V, obviously, when he signed his papers to step down, if you will, to E.F.W, and he made it very clear to Adrian Goldman and the other NEW officials in that meeting that he was not very happy, to say the least, with his demotion, and intended to, and I quote, to prove them wrong. Perhaps this is the start.
Well, perhaps so, and I'm sure we'll see more developments on that in the forthcoming weeks. However, we move on to another of Bourne's table invitationals. And this time 2 people have stepped up to the challenge. Bourne never necessarily wins these table matches, but for some reason he's obsessed with them, and someone keeps letting him get them.
Well, yes, it's Bourne, Crazy Hammer and Jerry Buckley here tonight in a triple threat table match. Bourne his table invitational has roped 2 veterans into taking on the challenge here tonight. What is Bourne's obsession with table matches, Erwin?
I'm thinking about it. Have we seen Crazy Hammer since he lost the title?
That's a good question. I don't think we have seen Crazy Hammer.
This is his return, essentially. Jerry Buckley, of course, still not having much luck since his demotion to E.F.W.
That's true. That's the other side to the coin, really. Jerry Buckley is the warning shot to NEW wrestlers. No disrespect to Buckley. For every Kobayashi, there could be a Jerry Buckley waiting in the wings. While Bourne, in his table invitational, stands at 5'10" and 240 pounds from Ghana, West Africa, former sprinter, but no stranger to the extreme in his short career here in E.F.W so far, Erwin. I mean, he's gained respect and he's gained a bit of a following here for this obsessions with the tables. Well, if it worked for the Dudleys, it could work for Bourne.
Well, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he's been inspired by some tapes here and there. Who knows? Whatever it is, he's openly challenging anyone. Doesn't seem to care about the odds. Just wants table matches.
I believe Bourne's first ever match in E.F.W was a table match, Erwin.
I think it was.
So perhaps and maybe you just got the bug. Who knows? Well, you've tasted the apple of extreme once in your career, Erwin. I mean, I imagine it's a bit like a drug. Once you get hooked on that extreme style, it's hard to walk away from it.
Well, Sandman had his cane, Triple H had his sledgehammer, Bone has his table.
Crazy Hammer, after the heartbreak of losing the E.F.W World Heavyweight Champion, which he won from his nemesis and lost nearly as quickly after an arduous battle to finally get to the top of the mountain. The veteran's title reign was sadly the shortest in E.F.W history.
Yeah, now back in black.
5'7", 249 pounds from from Tokyo, Japan. A former E.F.W champion, as I already said, but I think the question is tonight is what mental state is the former champion in after everything he went through to gain that title, Owen, to earn that opportunity to lose it so quickly and in such a fashion. Even for a veteran like Crazy Hammer, that has to have taken a toll.
Well, perhaps Crazy Hammer sees this match as his opportunity to fast track his way back to a title shot.
Who knows? I mean, Jerry Buckley and Bourne are certainly two, well, polar opposite talents, quite frankly. Jerry Buckley, 5'11", 220 from Hollywood, California, a former tag team champion in his own right. Grew up idolising the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, why wouldn't you when you live in Hollywood? Styling and profiling, I mean, you see plenty of limos and stuff when you're in Hollywood. It probably inspired Buckley a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Buckley would kill for 1/10 of the career of the Nature Boy, quite frankly, but it's fair to say his E.F.W career could do with a big win, and this would be exactly that, a big win. Mike Shatopa rings the bell and is wisely keeping out of this one. Excuse me, Turner rings the bell.
And Buckley going straight for that table.
It's been a busy night already.
Bourne the first to feel its wrath, thanks to a suplex from Crazy Hammer there.
I don't suppose I could talk you into some talent relation duties, could I?
No. Quite simply.
Top to the back.
I do mine freelance. Oh, what a spine buster from Crazy Hammer.
Your meetings in the RVD wannabes truck is not classed as in independent talent relation meetings.
And meanwhile, Master Blabbing, Crazy Hammer has removed that top turnbuckle pad.
Oh, hard right hand.
Jerry Buckley is going on the attack here.
Oh, on that top rope.
Oh, assisted backbreaker
by Buckley. Big suplex to Hammer, who you quite rightly said, Erwin, is back in black. Perhaps mourning the loss of his title.
Perhaps so, we only ever saw him in white whilst he had that championship.
It's a one-night affair.
Oh.
Well, two kicks to the sternum and a hard clothesline. Crazy Hammer showing that aggressive streak of his, the New Japan Hall of Famer.
But Bourne,
18-year veteran.
Elbows to the side of the head there. Has him rocked once more. Couldn't quite get the lift.
Oof.
Oh, right into that exposed turnbuckle. Buckley taking an advantage there.
And you know what really annoys me about Crazy Hammer's title win, Owen? Everyone was so happy when Crazy Hammer won the title, and he's a veteran of 18 years, and certain people who shall remain nameless, Owen, slagged off our former E.F.W World Heavyweight Champion Snake for being a veteran and holding a development title. Well, that just seems to be a tremendous double standard to me.
Well, to be fair, Crazy Hammer worked from scratch for that. E.F.W seemed to offer Snake those opportunities out of the blue.
That is a fair point. I do grant you that. Well, a chop block by Buckley onto Hammer. Bourne, unsurprisingly perhaps, bringing yet another table into the ring.
Yeah, using it to collapse the other table before Buckley could utilise it.
Tornado DDT by Buckley.
Quite frankly, been on a roll in this match, but without a victory under his belt, it's just another match. Same as Crash Cameron, she did show some impressive feats in our first match.
Well, hasn't that just been the story of Buckley's entire career? Impressive, but unable to get over the finishing line.
Well, yeah, ever since he lost those tag championships when he left TMDC, he'd left them and then still defended the titles unsuccessfully.
There's only so long you can live on past glories, Erwin.
He's not been doing well in his solo career.
Oh,
what a side slam from Crazy Hammer.
Oh, big elbow right to the heart of Bourne.
He has arguably had the least amount of offense in his own matchup here.
Yes, he has. His own invitational.
Buckley
has been taken to school by the two veterans.
Buckley has actually been putting everyone to shame here tonight.
Yeah, Buckley knows that he needs a victory as much as any man on the E.F.W. roster right now.
Perhaps
I know Hammer's on his road to redemption. Dodges a cutter there. Great counter by Crazy Hammer. Hard European uppercut. But arguably, Jerry Buckley needs this more. Counters. Crazy Hammer. It's becoming a battle between the veterans here.
Has found some more comfort for Jerry Buckley. Some his pads seem a bit more inflated. Perhaps that's what he was wanting. Whatever's going on here, though, it's back and forth between Bourne and Crazy Hammer with that table.
Yeah, and that table has took a pounding in that corner.
There we T-Bone, and Bourne finishes off his table invitational. Dramatic fashion. That's quite arguably no real offense before that. A couple of chops here and there. Buckley and Crazy Hammer doing the work and Bourne picking up the victory.
Yeah, Bourne, well, perhaps outsmarting the veterans there, Erwin, just getting involved in the match when he really needed to.
Massive T-bone suplex through the table. Man from West Africa victorious once more.
Well, Bourne successful in his invitational.
Crushing defeat for the veterans, who were really on fire here in this matchup as well. Perhaps it was the tactics of Bourne to let them do all the damage. Who knows? Either way, he picks up the win here tonight. And that can only mean we move on to a one-on-one against the newcomer who has proved herself in recent days, recent weeks. And the newcomer who in her third match became E.F.W. Women's Champion. Jade Phillips takes on Day Durand.
Should be a great matchup.
Not to mention it is Extreme Rules as well, so it may get ugly between these two.
Well, yes, of course, Durand's been fairly impressive since her debut, Erwin. Phillips, unconventional, but also quite impressive. This should be an interesting one.
Yeah,
both these ladies with a good start, but only one can win here tonight. So I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Who do you favour between Phillips and Durand?
Well, it's a very tough call. I mean, we haven't seen much of either of them, and what we have seen has been impressive. I would say Jade Phillips has had more offense in her matches, which may put her in favour here. Of course, Extreme Rules could change everything. What I will say is we did question Jade Phillips' absence in the last women's match when she beat Vampira, and Vampira was in this match. It seems this is what she has been delayed for, a match up against Day Durand.
Well, Jade Phillips, 5'4", 150 pounds, from Chelsea, England, and as you might have guessed, former American football player, believe it or not. plays for a team in Chelsea.
Still a huge fan of the sport. And is quite a powerhouse in the ring, despite her size.
Oh yeah, I mean, tremendous speed, tremendous strength, tremendous physical attributes. Jade Phillips really is the whole package.
Possibly one of the best all-rounders in the women's division.
Yeah, absolutely. Jade Durand, 5'8", 141 pounds from Paris, France. The enigma of excellence. Double D.
Has made it no secret she wants that title back. She doesn't believe Riley is a worthy champion despite Riley Patterson's incredible defences of that title.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Durand, bearing in mind, I mean, got a title shot. Her first match here in E.F.W.
Yeah, became #1 contender and in her third match won that title.
With a skyrocketed start to a E.F.W. career. A lot of companies after this lady's signature, Erwin. E.F.W. picked into the post. But more than one opportunity was offered to get this lady. Will she justify the expense? Will she justify the faith of Adrian Goldman? Phillips is a big test of that here tonight, and it is Extreme Rules, which you have to believe favours the more physical Jade Phillips. Should be a good one. Bob Turner rings the bell, and here we go. Oh my God, what a knee by Phillips. What a start, and we talked about that lightning speed, Erwin, in the build-up to this match.
Power. Phillips here going straight on the attack of Jade Durand, who would arguably be the slower wrestler here. Possibly more technical.
Oh my word, what a face plant.
Surely not.
No way.
Phillips looking for a spear already.
Oh my
no,
God, no,
not,
changes
just
of mind.
Body
Hard forearm. Good God, that could have knocked out Durand. No!
Almost.
Well, a 2.9.
Most definitely.
Early goings of this matchup, and Jade Phillips is actually destroying a former E.F.W. Women's Champion here.
Absolute incredible offense from Phillips.
Oh my word. Atomic neckbreaker from that middle rope, psyching herself up. And looking more and more dangerous by the second. Jade Phillips is looking laser focused here tonight. What a big clothesline.
Oh, hang on, that's Rachel Romey.
What the hell is Romey doing here?
She's involved herself in a Jade Durand match before, but we haven't seen her since, and she is going straight for Jade Phillips here.
Well, one shot and is now literally fleeing the ring, enticing Phillips to go after her, and Phillips has snapped here and is literally following Romey down to that concrete off ramp. My God, and now Phillips and Romey battling. Oh dear Lord, on that concrete floor. Durand is out. Durand is actually out here. This has become a conflict between Phillips
too, but Romey laying in the attack there,
and then fleeing again after that cheap shot.
Phillips a bit disoriented, decides to go back to the focus of this matchup. Jade Durand throws her straight back in the ring without any offense. Oh, but Durand with an elbow.
Durand with that cheap elbow on the backbreaker. Was that distraction by Romey enough for the lady from Paris to gain some offense here?
It's gone back to the outside.
Oh, what a counter. Backdrop. Phillips perhaps with those long legs. Not enough to counter Durand, who's no slouch herself. Oh, hard forearm smash. Knee breaker.
Again, another bizarre attack from Romey with no answers given as to why.
Yeah, this association between Duran and Romy is frankly bizarre. We've absolutely no idea how those two ladies are associated or know each other. Oh, inverted suplex there by Phillips. Quick on the counter, and this time looks like she could be looking for the spear here in the corner, gearing herself up. And there it is. Jesus, what a spear! What a spear!
Velocity building up out of that corner, and is not done with De Durand.
No, it is not. Phillips here, I think, angry about the attack by Romy.
Sends Durand into the corner.
Determined to inflict more damage. Durand on that top rope.
Phillips,
Big suplex.
Oh,
Holds on for a second, and there it is. Suplex slam. Goes for a pin here. Turner's down. 2. Yes, there it is. What a response and what a victory by Jade Phillips, despite the interference by Rachel Romy.
Yeah, despite the odd attack from Rachel Romy, Phillips still managing to bust out a victory here tonight, much to the pleasure of this crowd. De Durand left to once again reconsider her tactics here in E.F.W. What a huge victory for Jade Phillips, who arguably must be well on her way to earning an E.F.W. women's title shot.
She's just beaten a former champion, Erwin. I think that's unquestionable. What a terrific victory for Jade Phillips. Arguably the biggest victory of her E.F.W. career to date.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say so. Huge victory over De Durand there. But now the European Championship is on the line, and it's in a submission match between two nemeses.
This is it. This is the match that I've been waiting for tonight on Conflict. The European Championship will be decided, and it's Gene Taylor versus Scott Burns. Does this one sound familiar, folks? Because these two men, if you remember, debuted on the exact same night in E.F.W. Their first match in the company was against each other, and their careers went in bipolar directions, quite frankly. Scott Burns went right to the top of the card and was challenging for the championship, and Gene Taylor was suspended for 30 days for a lack of form, has crawled his way back right to the top of that mountain once again, and tonight will face his old enemy. Could you have wrote it any better?
Managed to beat 3 other men in a cage match to get this opportunity here tonight. Gene Taylor goes back against the man he started his career against. Full circle.
The oldest enemy that Taylor possesses, but Scott Burns, Liverpool-hating Gene Taylor, has not made himself many friends, I think it's fair to say, but the improvement of this guy is undeniable. 5'9" and 275 pounds from Norwich, England. Still has little love for Liverpool or their fans. The feeling is mutual, by the way.
I was just going to say they have little love for him as well, especially when he wears that shirt to the ring.
Has not endeared himself to these fans one bit. Doesn't seem to care. But if you're looking for a most improved category in E.F.W, you may not want to look any further than Gene Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, he's come on in stride since that suspension. But does he have what it takes to defeat the old school, new school here tonight? Scott Burns is one we've been saying for a while to keep an eye on. He's finally a champion.
Oh yeah, I mean, the minute, I think the both of us there, when the minute we both saw Scott Burns, we knew we were seeing something special, and he hasn't disappointed. It's been a tremendous addition to the E.F.W. locker room, and it really is old school meets new school with this kid. And tonight, I think,
styles so well together.
Oh, absolutely. Tonight, I think Scott Burns has every right to feel confident in this match, despite the improvement shown by Gene Taylor. Scott Burns' record over his oldest enemy is pretty damn good. 5'10", 290 pounds from Cleveland, Ohio. The former European champion has already, the current European champion has already defeated Taylor on several occasions, Erwin, and now has that championship to his name. Will that make him cocky? Or will that make him more determined?
He certainly has no plans of letting that championship go anytime soon, but neither did Kamal. Scott Burns very quickly took that belt away from him. We've seen it happen before here in E.F.W.
Very quickly has established itself as a workhorse title here in E.F.W. That European gold is a much coveted title here in the hottest development territory in professional wrestling today. Scott Burns wears that title with pride. The coveted E.F.W. European Championship. He will be determined not to lose it to that man, Gene Taylor, his oldest enemy. And with a pretty good response, it has to be said.
That was very odd
for the Liverpool faithful there to Taylor. Burns not looking remotely worried, looking very confident, looking very comfortable with that championship wrapped around his shoulder. Oh, what a response for Burns! What a response for Burns! Both these men getting a rapturous applause.
I think the fans know, despite their hatred of Gene Taylor, they are in for a match here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Taylor and Burns submissions match here. We're going to see how much both these kids have learned here tonight. Turner holds that E.F.W. European title above his head. There's only one way this match will end, folks. Is via submission of the other man. Turner rings a bell and here we go. Oh, what a sling blade by Taylor, what a start.
Scott Burns signalling bring it on before the bell rang. Gene Taylor most definitely did there.
Oh my word, Northern Lights, beautiful Northern Lights by Burns, kick to the spine.
Yeah, quickly firing back against Gene Taylor here.
Both two fine technical records, wrestlers, Erwin, but I believe Burns might just have the edge. Oh!
Front-facing DDT.
Yeah, front-facing. Taylor, he's improved so much since he's come back from his suspension.
But Burns with a sit-out scoop slam there.
Can he truly go full circle here and defeat Burns? Burns, however, not giving Taylor a second to breathe with those flurry of strikes. Good counter there by Taylor. But a counter by Burns, who's slightly quicker on his feet. Backdrop.
It's been back and forth in the early goings here. But Scott Burns has clearly been picking up the offensive in between. Now stretching out Gene Taylor.
Just slowing things down here. Oh, with an arm breaker.
Big stomp right to the elbow area.
Takedown there by Taylor. Keeping Burns on that mat. Slams to the head on the canvas, nothing pretty about that. Oh, hard right hand, and again, free by Taylor. Oh my word.
Huge overhead suplex from Scott Burns there.
Tremendous suplex by Burns. The power and aggression of Burns has been noted more than once.
Oh,
send of Styles. Oh,
Taylor to the outside with that clothesline, out on the apron now.
Biding his time, looking for something high risk, potentially high impact. Oh no, come on, no, springboard, oh, cross body, my God, beautifully executed by Scott Burns. Taking out Gene Taylor, they're in no man's land now.
Double stomp to the gut, just compacting.
I believe the submission would only be applicable if it took place in the ring, Erwin. So they can damage each other all they want on the outside, but unless they tap out in that squared circle, it's for nothing.
Burns missed with that roundhouse gut kick.
Oh, big suplex by Taylor. Oh, another kick to the spine there.
Oh, knees across the ribs. Burns beginning to slow here. First submission of the match applied. Single leg Boston. Single leg camel clutch rather.
Oh, guillotine.
This match starting to fall into the favour of Gene Taylor. Burns fighting back.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of DDT by Burns. Big shoulder by Taylor.
More knees to that rib area, weakening Burns here. Another guillotine. More knees.
Enough.
Taylor trying for an over-the-top rope tope there did not pay off. Scott Burns has a chance to capitalise.
Oh, senton splash misses. Burns went for broke, but Taylor nowhere near in the right position. An uncharacteristic mistake there by Burns, who has recovered quicker than Taylor. Still hanging on that top. Oh, might have just been playing possum there, Taylor. Absolutely playing possum was Taylor.
Oh,
big knees across the chest. Has Scott Burns been duped here by his mortal enemy, Irwin?
I think he might have been big knee to the face. Burns has not been looking good for some time here. Trying once again to fight back.
Well, arm drag, taking it back. That old school base, that reflex base of Scott Burns. That big stomp to the chest. And a planning DDT on that wafer thin mat.
Can't count Scott Burns out for a second. Gene Taylor may have got a little bit too cocky on the outside there.
Yeah, he wasted time gloating to these fans, and it's
right in the middle of the ring.
Gone right back to the submission as Burns.
Taylor breaks free though.
It's not their takedown. Taylor knows he'll need a submission or two of his own. Goes for that neck wrench. Oh, sweep of the legs by Burns. Powers out of it. Arm drag takedown by Taylor. Oh, big knee to the head of Burns. This has just gone back and forth in every step of the way.
It just shows how much these two have progressed in their careers here. Gene Taylor missed with that double axe handle. Hurricane Rana from Scott Burns.
Tremendous Hurricane Rana by Burns.
That level of energy this late in the game.
Unbelievable.
Digging down deep.
That stump puller once again.
Trapping that arm and pulling that neck back. But Taylor again wriggles free.
Goes right back to that neck wrench. Well, it seems the two submissions by the young men have been chosen. They will apply pressure to the same part of the body and just systematically wear it down.
Side suplex by Scott Burns.
Both these men determined not to lose any ground to the other, and you see Taylor fighting back again. Hard right hand and a chop. Burns almost just flexed out of it, but Taylor this time was ready for him. Hard forearm smash. Hard armbar takedown by Burns. It is literally back and forth again.
Oh, front facing DDT finally changes that. Half camel clutch applied once more. Gene Taylor this time.
And already all that work done to the neck and the head of Burns by Taylor is going to start taking its effect. And Burns, as you quite rightly said, wriggling free. Hard forearm. Hard snap suplex.
Oh wait.
What's this?
I thought he was going for a Denver crab for a second, but he's going for
like an armbar.
Yeah, a modified armbar. Yeah. Incredible maneuver.
Left arm just wrapped around his knee, and the right literally just torn
Taylor
almost
doing
out of
well
his
to
socket,
break
right
free.
across the body. A very unique submission manoeuvre there by Burns. We may have to call that one the Burns bar.
Back and forth once more, ends in a gutbuster by Gene Taylor.
Snapmare takedown by Taylor.
Wrenching the arms back with that knee poised right in the spine of Scott Burns, wearing him down here.
Well, it's the Burns bar and the Taylor's torture rack. And both these men just going at it. Scoop slam. Suplex once again by Burns. Arm drag takedown once again by Taylor.
And the
Right
back
to
and
left
forth
once again by
continues.
Burns.
What a main event
Smash
here.
takedown to Taylor. This match. What a main event.
Fisherman's Buster.
Well, that would be all in any normal match, but this is not a normal match. Scott Burns must dig deep and find a submission strong enough to defeat Gene Taylor here tonight. And here it is, it's the Burns bar. It's the Burns bar, here it is. Turn us down.
Asking Taylor if he gives, but he does not. Manages to roll
out.
free again.
How the hell did he roll out after that pressure applied to his shoulder?
Oh, look at that!
Oh, what a DDT! Ungodly, glorious DDT!
Going straight into another single leg camel clutch.
Will that be enough on the already injured head of Scott Burns? Turner says
once again in
no.
the spine. Burns must be fighting through a lot of pain now, but so must Gene Taylor. Arm drag.
Excuse me, yeah, arm drag.
Hurricane Rana. Burns once again bounding back here.
Into the ropes. Oh my god, oh my missile snake eyes right to that middle rope, and I think that one. Yeah, there you see it,
Yes.
Taylor busted wide open. The sheer velocity of that manoeuvre.
And a leg
Ripping the
breaker.
skin off the
Oh, look at this
forehead of
though.
Taylor.
Crossface. Too close to the ropes.
Way
Had
too
to let
close.
go.
Instinct there by Taylor Irwin.
You know, if that leg didn't stretch out there by Taylor, that would have been all over right
going
there.
For it, going for it again. That modified camel clutch once again to Taylor. Scott Burns now unrelenting on the submissions. Turner again says no.
Burns staying in control here. Snapmare.
That's a snapmare. And again goes for that submission.
Almost a tarantula-esque or Black Widow-esque manoeuvre here.
That's clear.
Stretching
Burns.
every aspect of Gene Taylor.
Clearly favouring the arms and the shoulders of Taylor. This time Taylor did not have the strength to counter, but had enough left in the tank
Ever
to
since he
hang
got
in the match.
Ever since he got busted
Oh.
open, it's not been looking good for Taylor, but returning with a shot to the gut there, and another neck breaker.
Tremendous neck breaker. Goes right back for that neck wrench. And how much damage has been done to Burns? Not enough. Leg sweep by the champion.
Both of these men have been digging down deep in this matchup to try and find something to make their opponents tap, but neither have done so far.
How much more can either of these men give in what has been a brutal and fairly even-sided affair? Gene Taylor again fighting back that hard shot, taking Burns to the mat, slamming his head into the canvas. Needs to hit something big.
Boot to the gut.
He does.
DDT.
Big planning DDT into the canvas, and that one has busted Burns. Well and truly open here now, both men with a crimson mask going.
We should have known this one would get bloody, and it didn't take weapons. Burns trying to pick Taylor up, but he reverses. Facebuster, armbreaker combo there.
And again, goes right back to the neck, that modified camel clutch of Taylor onto Burns.
Burns again slips out.
Oh, what a cutter.
Beautiful cutter. A normal match once again, it would be over right there. Goes straight back into that neck wrench. Camel clutch type modification.
Look at the torque there on the body of Gene Taylor, who still refuses, blood pouring down his face. Still refuses to tap out.
Burns up to the middle rope.
Oh!
I think that was a neck breaker off the middle rope there. Tremendous velocity.
Well, and technical ability by Scott Burns, who is certainly no slouch in either area.
Going back to it again.
It's the Burns bar. The third time. That unique arm bar. The other arm of Taylor, of course, caught up in the knees of Burns as he wrenches the right arm right back over the shoulder.
Still no give from Taylor. Side suplex. The longer this match has gone on, the more it's gone back into the realm of Burns.
Arm drag.
Taylor.
Taylor connects with the right.
Back and forth.
Jawbreaker by Burns. Into the rope goes Taylor head first. Burns now seemingly gaining momentum, although don't count.
Not again!
Oh dear Lord, for the second time tonight, that missile snake eyes into the middle turnbuckle.
Oh, look at that reverse figure 4.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. That is classic old school Scott Burns.
Taylor trying desperately to try and roll round. Does. It was either rotate the maneuver or break free. He chose to break free. What a neck breaker.
Taylor clearly again focusing on that head of Burns. The tactics unrelenting. The pressure undeniable.
Another neck wrench applied. Burns very close to those ropes, but that debilitates. All arm movement. Voluntary.
Misses with a kick. Misses with a backdrop. What a chop. To the knee there. Oh, what a right hand by Taylor. Russian leg sweep.
That's far on in this matchup, and it's still back and forth.
Both these men will not be denied.
Another huge DDT from Gene Taylor, an Impaler-esque DDT there.
There you go, that modified camel clutch. Perfect position there.
Blood streaming down Burns' face here.
Shades of Austin Hart. WrestleMania. All those years ago, these two men beating the holy hell out of each other, and I am forced to wonder, Erwin, if that is what it will take. Knocking one of the other men out.
I believe we're essentially coming up for about 15 minutes into this matchup here. Oh, and a crossface is applied.
Crossface by Burns. Crossface
and
by
finally,
Burns. Look how close Taylor's foot was to the rope. Just not close enough. What a victory for Burns.
The European champion retained in incredible fashion here tonight.
What a match.
What an impressive showing from everyone here tonight, and of course, later on Saturday we will have the conclusion of the weekly E.F.W. instalments. We'll be back for Destruction then, and then we'll move on into the week that rolls into Riot.
Should be a great week and a bit for E.F.W. and NEW, but the news tonight is Scott Burns retains the European Championship against his oldest enemy, Gene Taylor, but by God, he had to fight for it. What a match and what a night. Thank you for joining us.
Good night.